What's going on, Geminites? It's your boy Gem Mint, back at you with another recent reads. This is the Donny Cates Venom Volume 2 trade paperback. We're going to do a little review on it, so stay tuned. Alright guys, so just got done reading this a few days ago. I loved the first trade paperback on the Donny Cates run. You know, he's been getting a lot of praise for the Venom stuff. And a lot of hate too from kind of retconning some of the symbiote's history. So Venom takes place after he defeats the symbiote dragon, the symbiote deity Null, and when we catch up with him here, he's actually being held hostage by Richard Reed, the Maker, who you'll know from the Ultimate Universe. So he's being captured, he's being interrogated. We find out that the symbiote is essentially dead. Like, he has no consciousness. I mean, he's still able to use the symbiote, but he's not communicating with him like he used to. He has the symbiote formed together as like a little pet dog that he walks around with. And this volume really touches on Eddie Brock as a person and not as Venom. He goes back to his father, and we learn a lot about his childhood. It's actually pretty deep. They make you think that Eddie Brock's father lost everything because Eddie Brock, as a young boy, was playing in the street and got hit by a car. And that's kind of how they make it look. But then come to find out, really, he was a drunk teenager driving, and he killed the little kid that was playing in the street, and it pretty much cost their family everything. That's kind of crazy, man. So you find out Eddie Brock killed a kid, vehicular manslaughter, as a teenager. That's pretty deep, man. So Eddie Brock's father hates him. He wants nothing to do with him. He shows up. He's a big disgrace. He's a superhero. He's a supervillain, Venom. He shows up on his doorstep, and his dad punches him in the face. And then he sees a little kid in the house, and he's told that it's his brother. So we find out that Eddie has a little kid brother that we didn't know about. And you kind of get the vibe that Eddie Brock's father started a new life, had a new kid, doesn't want anything to do with Eddie. But then come to find out when the kid shows up with a black eye himself, that it's not actually Eddie's brother, it's his son, that his ex-wife dropped off on his father's doorstep, I guess while he was out being Venom or whatever. So that was a pretty big bomb. Flipping through this, a lot of stuff about just Eddie and him as a person, and not even as Venom. Which was kind of a big difference, I felt like, from the first volume, but it was still enjoyable. It looks like this run leads right into the War of the Realms, which I know is going on right now. And I understand some of those tie-ins are not written by Donny Cates. So we'll flip through some of the artwork here. We'll try to recant some other key points of the trade, but that's kind of it in the gist. So let's flip through that thing now. So now that I look at this cover, I guess it's symbolic on how this run, The Abyss, is more based on Eddie. Eddie is like the symbiote over Venom on the cover. The back. I like that version of Venom. Ryan Stegman on the art. So like I said, picks up where his battle with Null ends. And he's captured. And I'm like, who the hell's got him captured, right? And then it's your boy, the Maker. So a lot of memories and things of that nature going on here. Of course, he gets the symbiote and breaks away. He has flashbacks of Venom being with Flash Thompson, and you get the vibe that Eddie, I don't want to say he's jealous of the relationship with Flash, but he does say that he was a badass Venom. Yeah, right there. I like how Reed's like, okay, now that Venom stuff is gone, what's next? Do we deal with Galactus? Do we deal with the death of Thanos? Like, what are we doing? They tease this Cletus Cassidy thing, but that doesn't really come back up again, I don't think. Like I mentioned, Venom's walking around with the symbiote as a dog. Here's dog Venom right here, which is pretty cool. Here's like flashbacks of this kid chasing a dog in the street that gets hit by a car. And like I said, they kind of write it to make you think that that was Eddie, and then him getting hospitalized, and maybe hospital bills is what caused his family to go bankrupt and everything. But no, we actually find out that that's not the case. So here's Eddie with who he thinks is his little brother. So this is showing his father beating him up in the interrogation room to basically make him plead innocent, even though he wanted to plead guilty to killing that kid. Just showing a lot of family Eddie Brock drama. You know, showing his ex-wife giving him up for, not adoption, giving him up to his father. Let's flip through some of the artwork here. There's some variants, a Frank Cho variant. Jonathan Tyler, Christopher. Here's a cool Watchmen variant with Dave Gibbons. Ryan Stegman here. Phil Noto. Alright, so that's the second volume, man. Venom by Donny Cates. I definitely enjoyed it. I mean, you're getting Venom with good writing. Interesting things are happening. It kind of sucks that he's getting hit with a Marvel event syndrome right in the middle of his run. That's kind of how Marvel does things with like these big events, you know. But we'll see how long Donny keeps doing it. We definitely enjoy reading it. Let me know what you think about his Venom run in the comments below. Make sure to hit that like on the way out. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. We drop daily content, which includes comic book reviews and more. So stay minty fresh. Peace.